Hey gorgeous, what if I told you that there are some things that you can do to increase your sexual intimacy appeal? Would you believe me? Yes, there are things that you yourself can do as a lady to increase your sex appeal. What are those things, you may ask? This is what this video is all about today. Keep watching and I'll share just 5 things that can help you increase your sex appeal. You don't need to go out and buy those items that the world is selling in the name of increasing your sexual pleasure or your sexual appeal. Everything that you need to increase your sexual intimacy appeal is within you, and that is what I'm going to share with you today. Well, if we haven't met yet, my name is Noki Evans, author of Spice It Up, It's Time to Revive Your Intimacy. And before I proceed with the video, I have just one favor to ask from you. Please subscribe to this channel and remember to click that little notification bell so that you don't miss any of my educational and very informative videos. So what are the 5 things that you can do to increase your sexual intimacy appeal? I've just narrowed it to 5. There could be more, of course. All these 5 are interlinked. That means they can work together or one will affect the other. So at number 1 is good self-care. Yes, as a lady, you need to have a self-care routine. And self-care is not just limited to good hygiene, makeup and stuff like that. No, it goes deeper than that. You need to take care of your overall health. What you eat and drink matters. Taking good care of your health will drastically improve your sexual intimacy appeal. When you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, I tell you, my sister, you'll be sexually appealing not just to you but to your husband as well. And by the way, you are not doing this for somebody else. You are doing them for yourself. So the self-care is for yourself. Remember, they say you cannot pour from an empty cup. When your cup is depleted or when your glass is depleted, you cannot give what you do not have. You need to be very intentional about taking care of yourself, okay? You need to make sure that you take good care of your skin, your hair, your body. Part of self-care is making sure that you incorporate some kind of workout routine. And this workout doesn't have to be in a gym. Well, I'm fortunate because in this building we actually do have a gym down on the first floor. So all I have to do is just take the elevator down and just put in my 30 to 45 minute workout. If you do not have a gym near you, you can do it in the comfort of your home. There are some free apps that actually help you with working out in the comfort of your home. Another thing that could help you is actually taking walks outside if you are in a position to do so, and if the weather permits, you can go out and take a walk. All these things coming together are going to help you not only with your energy but your sleeping patterns. As for me, once I started working out, my sleeping patterns became better. Well, I don't know about my skin because I always get compliments about my skin. Maybe it's just good skincare, but I do know for sure that working out can also help you with the way you look, your skin, your body tone, your physique and all that. So it's very important for you as a lady to take good care of yourself. Plus, when you are fit, you have far much better sexual experience. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? You definitely do. You will not be huffing and puffing after 5 minutes of foreplay before the intercourse itself. You definitely don't want to find yourself in a position where you are not fit enough to pull through a 20 or 30 minute lovemaking session, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, let's move on. I think I spent a little bit longer than necessary on this point, but let's move on to the second thing that I want you to do in order to increase your sexual intimacy appeal, also known as your sex appeal. I want you to let go of any offenses. Yes, let go of anything that may hinder you from enjoying your sexual intimacy with your spouse. In other words, forgive. Do not sweat the little things. Don't get into the habit of holding on to offenses. That does not serve you, neither does it serve your spouse. Remember, forgiveness is more for you than the other person. If for whatever reason or by any chance that you end up having a misunderstanding, whether with your children or your spouse, make sure that before you go to bed, you have gotten over those offenses. Work things out as soon as they happen. Yes, some people may need some cooling off time, or other ladies call it processing time. Whatever you do, make sure that you get over those offenses sooner rather than later. And I recommend that you do that the same day that the offense happens. Take care of it, especially with your spouse. I remember years back, yeah, I gotta set up for this one. Years back, they used to say, I'm saying years back because now that I know better, and being a sexual intimacy coach, I really wouldn't recommend you believing that makeup sex is good. Yes, makeup sex is great, but even better is sex when there are no fights or there hasn't been any fight. When you are in good books, when everything is going well and that chemistry is boiling, it's way, way, way better than makeup sex. Okay, my sis? Believe me, been there, done that. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Are you loving this information so far? If you are, please click that thumbs up button so that this information can spread to more people. Moving on to the third thing that I recommend you do in order for you to increase your sex appeal: take care of your emotional health. Like I said, all these are interlinked. Take care of your emotional health. We know that they say, and I do believe that as women, as ladies, as queens, or whatever you want to call yourself, we are emotional beings. So that means we need to have that emotional connection for us to even enjoy sexual intimacy. You need to make sure that you are emotionally healthy. I'm not talking about emotional intelligence. That's another thing. That's a whole nother video for another day, okay? But what I want you to focus on is to make sure that you are emotionally stable. There is no stress in your life. Eliminate and avoid stressful things that can affect your emotions, okay? Make sure that you do not have anxiety. You are not anxious about anything. If you are a Christian like me, you know what the word of God says. It says, be anxious for nothing, but in prayer and supplication make your requests known unto the Lord, okay? So do not fret or fuss about things, because that is not going to make you a sexy lady. It is going to turn off that sexual intimacy appeal. If you are emotionally healthy, girl, you got it going. If I can say, this is one of the most important things that every woman has to be aware of. You need to be in an emotionally healthy and stable frame of mind, okay, my sister? Promise me that you will work on your emotions. This one is linked to the previous point that I just mentioned. When things happen, take care of them right away. Don't let the little things bother you. Don't build a mountain out of a molehill. It is not worth it. Life is worth living and not fussing and fretting about any little thing that happens. Whether at work, whether at home, whether in your business with your team members, make sure that you do not sweat the little things. Nothing is worth sweating over so much that it affects your sexual intimacy appeal. Because if you are in a bad mood, girl, you are not going to be sexually appealing. Promise me that you're going to take care of this once and for all. Okay, moving on. The fourth thing that I want you to do, my sister, is to get knowledge. Yes, get some sex education, get knowledge. And that is why I'm here as your sexual intimacy coach. I am here to educate you on the things that you can do for you to be sexually appealing, for you to spice up your intimacy. No pun intended, by the way. You need to gain knowledge. They say knowledge is power, but I go ahead and say knowledge is power only if you know how to use it. So gain the knowledge. By watching this video, you are definitely gaining yourself some knowledge. And when you gain that knowledge, apply that knowledge in your relationship. Okay, yes indeed. You need to educate yourself. There is a lot to be learned. I myself, I continue to learn on a daily basis. As much as I'm here to share the knowledge that I have with you ladies, I never stop learning, because there's something about learning. Learning is exciting, learning is empowering, learning is good for growth, for development, and for us as ladies meant to live better lives, which is why I wrote my book, Spice It Up. It's time to revive your intimacy. And believe me guys, I'm going to do a whole video about how that book came about and the reviews and the feedback that I've gotten, especially from ladies who have read the book with their spouses. It has been a game changer in their sexual intimacy relationship. Quick story, whenever I travel, I've made it a habit to carry copies of my book. It doesn't matter what kind of function it is, I always make sure I carry Spice It Up. And when I strike a conversation with people, whether it's just a lady by herself or she's with her husband, especially when she's with her husband, this is when it really gets exciting. And I've noticed that men actually jump on to buying the book before the lady says anything. The men are more interested in the book because I think it's an icebreaker for them. I think it's a way for them to have a conversation with the wife. Honestly guys, I've had so much good feedback. Even if the feedback comes through the wife, they will say how the husband reacted to the book. So the book is actually a way for couples to strike a conversation, and in that conversation put some things that I actually suggest in the book into practice. It's a guide, maybe, if I can say. And not only is it a guide, it is an amazing good read. Fun to read, laugh out loud, funny, great if you are reading it with your spouse. So make sure you get yourself a copy. Shameless plug here. I'm going to leave the link to the book in the description box below. And for those of you who need one-on-one coaching, hey, I'm here. The details are also going to be in the description box below. Okay, so get yourself educated, get yourself some knowledge, and you will be a hot spicy girl. Okay, let's move on to the fifth tip that I have for you in order to increase your sex appeal. How about doing things that bring you joy? Do things that bring you joy, my sister. Okay, I'm not talking about superficial things that you see on social media. I mean things that really bring you joy deep down, and that could be anything. If you love to cook a good meal for your family, as much as you can do that. If you love to travel, to see the world, to see how people live in different parts of the world or in different parts of your country, wherever you are based, do that. Do not be afraid to do things, to go even on solo dates. That's good for your health. Go on solo dates. Do things at times by yourself, at times with your spouse, depending on what it is that you want to do. Things that just make you happy. If it means going for a massage, that is very good for you, both emotionally and physically, spiritually. Read a good book. This is so open. It depends on you. You know the things that bring you joy. Those things that bring you joy, make sure that you take time, make time to do those things. Because the issue with us ladies is we are busy taking care of everybody else and neglecting ourselves. You need to do those things that bring you joy. You need to make sure that you are emotionally healthy. You need to make sure that you gain the knowledge that you need to gain and have fun while you're doing it. You need to make sure that you are emotionally stable. When it comes to forgiveness and emotions, I really want you to also take care of past trauma. Yes, take care of past trauma. Go for therapy. That is going to help not just you, but it's going to be very good for your marriage as well. Take care of the trauma. There is therapy these days. Do not be ashamed of therapy. The stigma of going for therapy is long gone. We are in an age where almost everybody needs to have some therapy of some sort. Okay, so make sure that you go for therapy and take care of past trauma, because some ladies are not enjoying their marriages or sexual intimacy because of past trauma, whether it was sexual abuse, molestation, growing up in a toxic environment. This can be carried into your marriage, and that will not serve you, neither is it going to help your spouse. So make sure you take care of all those things in order for you to get to a point where you do not have anything holding you down, you do not have any baggage. Forgive those people who hurt you. Some of you ladies are still hanging on to the hurt that was caused by some people who are no longer on this earth. Forgiveness is for you and for you and for you only, and not for the other person. Do yourself a favor, forgive everything and move on, and make sure that you are emotionally healthy. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. What are some of the things that you do, whether on a weekly basis or in a daily basis or in a month-to-month basis, to make sure that you increase your sexual intimacy appeal? And did you know that you can actually initiate sex as a woman? Watch this next video right here, and remember to do small things with great love. From my heart to yours, remember to keep it spicy. Adios, bye bye, I'll see you next time.